Oh my gosh.
Tree kangaroo. There you go.
Oh my gosh. I never thought I would see one. Oh, that is so cool.
I thought they were unicorns, but no, they actually exist. Could have filmed running over it.
We wouldn't have been going that slow if it wasn't for the cow in the truck.
The truck in front of
I
it.
can't tell you how many hours I sat when we were at Milandra on the edge of the bush, in the bush, on the rainforest walk, just waiting to see if I could see a tree kangaroo, and then they are.
Go home now then. We've seen the tree kangaroo, that's it.
Yeah, everything's ticked off the list. Welcome to windy Undara. We drove in yesterday, where this is our site. It's a powerless one and we're right over on the back. Sometimes I think when caravan parks ask you how long your van is, that we should add a few feet to our van, because we always end up with the smallest spots and we pay the same money as the big vans, so it's a bit like, how's that working? And we spent most of yesterday afternoon watching our team Canberra Brave make it into the finals for the National Ice Hockey League. Held at the laptop for a few hours, didn't we?
Yeah.
You're still very much in this thing. This is where you separate the
Lava tubes were actually formed by a special type of volcano, which is a shield volcano. So it didn't erupt, but instead it sent its lava out, flowing through the valleys. The lava was the right temperature and the landscape was the right gradient and the temperature of the air was right. And what it did was, when the lava hit the cool air, it formed a crust which got more and more hardened. The lava continued to go through the center of the tube. This happened consistently for about 5 times, 190,000 years ago, and now today we're standing in lava tubes. Some of them have collapsed, and when they collapse, all the seeds and rainforest things that were trapped in there have started to bloom, and that's why in this landscape sometimes you see thick vegetation and then normal desert scrub along the landscape.
very large rock fall here, and has exposed some beautiful minerals there for us.
Very nice.
Showing us a lot of course, the iron oxide, the orange and browns. Now at the end of the tube, it looks like it's the end, doesn't it? But it's not. So we do know that the tube does continue down about 10 metres under this dirt and grit.
I still can't believe how far the roots go. talking to the staff and they were saying David Attenborough actually came here, and after seeing the lava tubes, he said they should be named as the 8th wonder of the world. So I don't know when that was, but they're very proud of that fact. This is all balsamic rock from the volcano that came out. We are back and it's about 11:30, 12 o'clock, and look at this. We're the only people really left. There's one person up there and all the drive-through sites that are in the next level are empty, and it just feels weird.
What does a burnt pizza, a pregnant woman and a frozen beer have in common? Someone forgot to pull it out in time.
We thought that we were pretty much in the middle of the season to come here. It turns out we're on the back end of the season and they're really starting to wind down, aren't they?
Apparently May, June is the peak. There you go.
There you go. It just feels really eerie getting back and there being no one around. I think we're at the bluff. How's that looking? And we are somewhere over there. And look, there's somebody hunting up there, but a long way away. And just down here are the rock formations. Behind me. You made me jump. I didn't hear you at all in this wind.
Snuck up like a ninja.
So here's one of the old telegraph lines. So they had to cut their way through scrub like this to lay it. Would not be very easy. Well, good navigation skills. We cut off the blue track and jumped onto the yellow track because there was supposed to be a little hut down on yellow track, and I think we're being rewarded. What's that on the thing? Hang on. Favourite part of this hut, which is actually the gutter. I just love how it ends. It goes past and onto the tree. Well, it was amazing to be walking down the road and see this hut, but then to see something black on the pathway and think that it was a bush turkey, hear it squawk and realise that they were a flock of black cockatoos. They were eating nuts from a tree, pulling them off the tree and eating them. We've joined the swamp walk now. We're not going to do the whole 12 k's, but there's a top section and you can see it's so dry. If you want to see wildlife and bird life here, then the swamp walk is for you. Just listen. The place suddenly just comes alive. I don't know, there's no water actually. The swamp is fairly dry, but this is where they all are. What an amazing place this is. It's a little difficult leaving today because when we did the tour yesterday, we found out that there's 2 significant places that you can drive to. Not good enough to take a van, a little bit of a rough road, but that 4-wheel drives can easily do it. And we would have done that, but we have our next booking for Cobbold Gorge, and it actually took us a little bit to get the booking. Now we're packing up. We're doing it very slowly because Cobbold Gorge is what, like 2.5, 3 hours down the road?
Yeah, 3 hours, 250 k's or something.
Here we are in Cobbold Gorge, and it's everything people on the road told us. So when you drive in, they're drive-in sites. You don't have to unhook if you like. These are the powered sites, and everybody just sits on a terrace lengthways looking out over the top of other people. The pool is spectacular. And we just went for a paddle in the free kayaks and canoes. You can't go very far up, but you can go far enough up that John and I saw a big python swimming above the water, and there was lots of kangaroos drinking in the side of the billabong and a few birds. I wish I'd been able to take the camera, but you just never know what somebody else's kayak is going to be like, how sturdy it'll be. But this is a pretty good sight. We've just got sun coming in this way, but we can sit here. And they do have personal fire pits on every site, or you can go up to the community fire pit, which we may do.
It's a fair walk though.
Oh, it is not.
I don't know, I might have to drive up.
Just one hint, if you're into paddle boarding, you can paddle board at 4 o'clock up the gorge. We didn't know, we didn't book, it's fully booked out. So that's slightly a shame, but after seeing the snake, I think somebody thinks it's not a shame.
Bloody big snake, I tell you. A big water python or something. Head about this far out of the water. Massive big thing.
Today is the day that we get to go and see the spectacular Cobbold Gorge itself. We jump on four-wheel drive buses, do a short walk, and then board specially made boats to float gently up the gorge. The gorge actually doesn't have much of a current at the moment. The water's very low and it's a leisurely, slow, beautiful float right down to the very end, and then we turn around and come back to where we started. I thought you were leaning over for a kiss.
No, I'm looking after my head.
Look up.
The head.
That's right.
It's not always the front.
How cool's that? Yeah, look at it.
It's amazing, isn't it?
Yeah, how it
Big
just
spider web here
curves.
goes all the way across.
We've just gone down on the boat through the gorge, which is down there, and then we've all got little booties on. Now we're going to go across the glass bridge and look straight down. So pretty cool. This is amazing. The gorge is amazing without this. This is added to it. But they don't want the glass scratched.
So we do have a big croc that's actually come out and is sitting on the rock over here, just on the left-hand side,
Oh, yeah.
just over there.
There he is.
Oh yeah.
Oh, yeah, yeah. See him down here?
Yeah, I do. It's just spectacular.
How thick is this glass?
I love it.
I'll tell you in a moment. I'll just wait until it comes back.
Oh, it's not high enough to bungee jump from. But
No, I don't think it is either.
As usual, I wish we could stay here longer. Apparently there's a 4-wheel drive track up to a nice place to see sunset, but we had dinner and sat around the fire the other night and just didn't have time to do it. I'd do the tour again into the gorge because it was just so interesting. Anyway, it's lovely, especially like how we could drive into our site. We haven't had to unhook, and today we could be gone like in 10 minutes if we wanted to. We had a little bit of wind last night, so we've already put the awning in. So there's nothing else to say except see you on the other side.
Anyway, I just left Cobbold Gorge, and a mob of bloody, not a herd of Brahman bulls, I think they are, or something. They just won't get off the road. They're just sitting in front of us. Oh, there they go.
Yeah, finally, yay!
About time.
Well done. Now you can stop running. See? It wasn't that hard. So funny. But if you come, I know $70 sounds steep for a tour. Originally it was a homestead and a cattle station, and the owners knew of the lava caves and people started coming. So then he was taking people down ad hoc and the numbers grew and grew. And so in the end, they actually decided to make this campground, and the owners of the cattle station owned this, but they gave the lava tube back to national parks. They didn't actually give it, they sold it, to be honest, the Collins family, with the proviso that people could only go down there if they're on a guided tour, and it's specifically to protect it from vandalism and being mistreated. And while $70 feels expensive, I totally understand their whole mindset, and they've got to have staff come out here and drive the buses and do the tours. In a few months, this place will be closed. There will be only 5 staff to maintain and look after the vegetation and the buildings. Everybody else clears out for the season.